2016 at 7:02 p.m. Purpose of the special meeting is to authorize the payment to Attorney Bill Ellison regarding judgment made in Shiawassee County and to amend the budget to cover the cost of said payment. We start with the pledge allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, the special meeting is to authorize payment to Attorney Philip Ellison regarding judgment made in Shiawassee County and to amend the budget to cover said cost of payment. And this is going to be in regards to case number 15-007371-CZ. For the record, it's Randy Bitterman, at the time of this filing anyway, Randy Bitterman versus Village of Oakley.
And this is the one we have the Court of Appeals on, correct?
And this is a pending Court of Appeals case attached to that. Okay, Madam Clerk, if you do the roll call, please.
Banta?
Here.
Schuster?
Here.
Dingo? Here. Koski? Fish? And myself. Two missing, that would be Bitterman and Wolf.
Could I have the dollar?
It is, this was just sent to me.
Okay.
This is because we're being held in contempt of court.
All right.
Okay.
The cost of this judgment is $7,212.42. I'm asking for a motion to amend the budget because obviously we don't have $7,212.42 in the checking account.
Where's it coming out?
No, we do have it in checking.
Well, we do.
We don't have it.
Well,
That's
we
all
have
we
it.
got.
Okay.
But this isn't in the budget.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
This was unexpected.
I knew we were down to 5,000 at one point.
Yeah, we're up at just a little over 700 now.
Okay.
Should have enough to cover that.
So all I guess we need to do then is to amend the budget.
What part of the budget are we amending? We're just gonna write it out and check?
No, I think we had lawsuit in there, if I remember. I didn't bring a budget with me. I think it was under lawsuits. I think Kathy and I left that open. I don't have the budget with me, but I think it was under lawsuits.
Okay, now originally, this was, 6,000 and some dollars originally.
I don't know what it was originally.
Yeah, the original looks like you guys entered was $6,048.50.
$6,048.50.
Yep.
So how did it jump $1,150?
That's what it costs for Mr. Ellison to come after us for this money, serving notices, filing fees for motion, 2 motions it looks like.
$250 an hour.
The bill is apparently was supposed to be at the last meeting.
How come we didn't hear about this?
Because
What's the date on the trial where you guys were appealing that, if I recall, correct?
Right.
This is the one that you're appealing?
yes.
We are in the village, yes.
Well, you say we, but,
Village.
you are. Let's get it right. You're
No,
appealing.
I'm not, because you guys voted on it.
We voted on it.
Well, I didn't vote to appeal it, that's what I'm getting at. But what I'm-
I personally can't do that because I don't have voting rights, nothing.
So by turning around and delaying the payment, that just cost the taxpayers bringing up $1,150, correct?
Actually, we did delay the payment.
You didn't delay the payment, then how did we get?
We didn't get it to the
court
meeting in
charge?
time.
Okay, but we're having a special meeting tonight when I talked to you last Friday night, you got this 2 days after our regular meeting last month. If you could call a special meeting tonight, when did this extra $1,150 show up that we owed that? What was the?
I think this is brought on because we appealed it, is my understanding.
Typically, when, the way our understanding was, when you do an appeal, you shouldn't have to do this. We've been to court, back to court, as you probably know, to try to get a stay from this, but we've been denied by everybody. So typically, we shouldn't have to be paying this. Now, this should be repaid when we win the Court of Appeals, correct?
If,
Yeah, if we were doing it for the
Oh,
bills.
I'm confident we will.
yeah.
But anyway, that's where it's at.
So in 20-some, not even 20, roughly 20 days, this village has got another expense of $150. Is that what I'm understanding? When was the contempt charges brought to us?
I was served last Friday.
You were served last Friday, and when were they signed by the judge?
I have no idea.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out where the attorney for the village is.
Doing a lot of work.
When
I
you,
don't care if he's doing a lot of
Waiting
work,
for the
this just
ruling.
cost us $1,150, and I wanna know why. We owed
You know, like, you know, why would we charge
$6,048.
$6,000 for a little FOIA? So
Just because you didn't do your job,
accuse
Cheryl,
me of something you
you
might
turned
regret.
around, this went through court, the village
Yes, it
lost
did.
this FOIA. So
And we're
let's put
appealing
the
that,
blame
too.
where it belongs.
Don't
You
blame
can
her.
appeal it, but the village, people have the right
Did
to
you read
FOIA.
what? Yes, and they
People have the right
received
to FOIA.
everything.
They did not apparently, because the judge ruled against us, we're appealing that now.
Mhm.
But since then, we got charged another $1,150 last Friday. And you told me 2 days after the meeting that you knew that we owed $6,000. You told me that Mr. Hamilton told you that. You got it afterwards, that we were supposed to pay it at the last meeting, and it wasn't brought to you. So where the hell is Mr. Hamilton's, what I wanna know? I wish he was here.
he was in the process of appealing it.
Yes.
At Lansing,
Wait.
you put in a stay,
I believe you did the Chihuahua.
but you put in a stay is to pay this bill is what you're telling me.
Both in Chihuahua first. That's-
But Mr. Hamilton didn't know this would cost us extra?
He didn't know about it, he should have known it.
You're absolutely right, you just said it.
But
This man's not a new lawyer. This man's probably got 50 years' experience as
Right,
a
but we're
lawyer.
dealing with a
And
new
he just
judge.
cost us $1,150 extra.
Because of the judge.
The judge made a ruling, Rich. When was that ruling made that you guys are appealing?
He didn't want his ruling appealed. So therefore we got stuck with him putting us in.
But you just told me that the appeals denied the stay. Was the appeals in Lansing or was it over to Shiawassee County?
The first one, I believe, was at the Shiawassee County level.
And then did you
That's
go
when
to
I got to know
Lansing?
this.
Then did you go to Lansing after that and ask for a stay?
Well, I'm sure he did.
Well, that's what, I wish he was here. I wish he was here so he can answer these questions.
You know, there's 15 lawsuits that have been filed by the Bitterman family to us. 15 lawsuits. There's a lot to keep track of.
If this lawyer can't keep track of 15 lawsuits, then get rid of him.
He's not the only one, okay?
I'm just saying, if he can't handle the village's law and duties, get rid of him. 15 of them, I don't buy that as an excuse. This is money that we could be putting into blacktop, seal coating, mowing lawns,
What about the
and every time we
7,000?
turn,
We could be putting the 7,000 into all that too. $1,100 is peanuts compared to what we're paying, $7,000. That man charged us $500 to drive from Hemlock to Corona. Now,
well,
is
the
it
judge
worth,
must have ordered it.
is it worth it to
Did the
you
judge
that
order
pay
it?
$500 for a man to drive from Hemlock
Did
to
he get it?
Corona?
So apparently you know what this says then, don't you? That's why I'm asking questions.
Yeah, ask away, but I'm telling
And
you.
I
But
did,
remember,
and
when
the
we win
judge
the Court of
ordered it.
Appeals, this will be refunded to us. Do we have a motion?
Yeah, we need it first.
So is the sign downtown? I just see it tonight for the first time. So if we go to the appeals court and we lose in the appeals court on what we're doing tonight, and I'm saying if, can we put it on the sign down there that because our court didn't do her job, it just cost you another $5,000 or $6,000?
Proof your clerk didn't do her job. He received everything.
Apparently in the
Maybe
eyes
you
of the
should go
court,
over
it
there
didn't
and take a
happen.
look.
In the eyes of the court, it didn't
The guys
happen,
in the
but you
court,
know what?
they didn't prove a lot of.
You're over there slamming the Kramer family on the sign over there,
That's
so
not
what's
slamming,
more?
that's not slamming, that's
So
what it
then
is.
it's okay to put the corpse name up there if we lose the appeal. Do you have a problem with
You,
that?
no, you go
Do you
right
have a-
ahead.
No,
You
I'm
go right
asking you.
ahead.
I'm asking you, do
No,
you
you
have a
cannot.
problem?
Yes, I have a problem with that.
Wow, okay, so it's a one-way street here then.
No.
That was the
You're
question I wanted to
accusing me
answer.
of something. This
I'm
is
saying
how,
that that sign up there is a reflection of every council member. I didn't say
the
turn it
public
that
needs to
way.
know, Fuzzy. The
The
public
public
is
can
entitled,
come to these council meetings.
how do they know about it?
You didn't know about it, you said one time you know about these cases, because that's not your case, and the next time you know about it. How is that possible?
Because sometimes I get calls and talk to the attorney, sometimes I don't. But the thing is, Mr. Hamilton should be on top of these, so we ain't wasting an extra amount of money. That's my point.
That would be.
He is on top of
He
it.
is on top of
15
it.
lawsuits,
You
if
know,
that's too much for him, then he's gotta go.
He's not doing well
said-
15 lawsuits. And he
You
doesn't.
just said
if I-
15, that's.
Yes,
that's
and
usually-
we lost our insurance because of those lawsuits, so now we have to pay for them ourselves, or else we would still have insurance that would be paying for this. And remember, this is the Court of Appeals. We will be refunded if indeed we do win our appeal.
Very unlikely.
Well, you know what?
Very unlikely.
Let's see it then.
We'll wait and see.
Well, we both are hoping for a different thing, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm
It's
hoping
best
for
to look
different.
out for the village, that's just
Yes.
our.
I agree.
I'm looking out for the village too.
Let's move on.
To try to clean the village of its dirt. Called the police
Remove
chief.
yourself then too.
Do you want to adjust it?
No, it should be.
Adjust the budget.
Save us all.
Do you have a dollar amount, or just the whole, for the whole amount?
We're gonna have to do that amount right there.
7/2/12/42.
Mm-hmm.
We need a motion to adjust the budget for 72/12/42.
I'll make a motion.
Roll call vote.
Let me do this, anybody got any more
Oh,
discussion?
sorry.
I know we couldn't actually put a number on any lawsuits in the budget, annually, didn't know what it know, but we just want to cover the fact that we did do that. Okay, so, no further discussion,
Banta?
Yes.
Bingo?
Yes.
Schuster?
Yes.
Kosky?
No.
And Fish?
yes.
4, 2, 1. Second vote. And to pay.
Okay, now we need a motion to authorize payment to Attorney Philip Ellison, excuse me. Attorney Philip Ellison regarding case number 15-7371-CC.
I'll make the motion.
All right,
Second.
any further discussion?
Banta?
Yeah.
Bingo?
Yeah.
Schuster?
Yeah.
Kosky?
No.
And Fish?
Yes. Motion. Number here? Or the one motion?
Oh, I'm sorry, you're looking at that one. We'd like a receipt when we hand this over.
think you give it to Mr. Hamilton first?
No, he told me go ahead and give it to you and Brandy.
Okay.
And we require a receipt today, please.
I'm not signing anything today.
Well then,
They give a check.
yeah, I
You
mean,
can
we
use-
need a
you-
receipt.
I'm not giving, I don't have anything here.
Yeah.
If you wanna
do a
get,
blank piece of paper, then take a picture of the check and him holding it. I'm sorry, I've been student enough.
give it to Mr. Hamilton, then to send to my office.
Okay.
All right, we can do that.
Do you want it made out to Kramer?
It shouldn't be made out to me,
Once it's
but
been-
it doesn't matter. We'll take care of it. You guys have been making him out wrong the whole time anyway, so, just give that to Mr. Hamilton. Give that to Mr. Hamilton, and he'll take care of it.
I make a motion to adjourn.
All right.
Is there no public comment tonight?
No. Special meeting.
I do have a right to, I mean, public wasn't invited to this, right?
It's open to the public, yes.
I'd like to have a word.
I don't have a problem with myself. But the council's not up.
The special meeting has been called by President Fish to adjust the budget to cover fees associated with a FOIA lawsuit. I'd like to take this opportunity to say that while it's true this lawsuit was filed by my daughter Brandy, it is also true this lawsuit could have easily been avoided. All of Oakley's FOIA lawsuits could have been avoided. I don't care how many, they could have been avoided simply by complying with FOIA laws. However, the village clerk, who also acts as FOIA coordinator, continuously misses those deadlines and toys around with established FOIA laws. Time and again, when valid requests for information are properly submitted, the village of Oakley, the village fails to honor the FOIA in a timely manner established by law. I fully understand that Oakley has been inundated by FOIA requests in the past few years by folks like me and my daughter, and I also understand the FOIA coordinator is not a full-time village employee. For this reason, the clerk appointed James Frewitz as her backup person to handle all the requests for information. Excuse me, with an appointed FOIA clerk and an appointed clerk assistant, FOIA still cannot be answered in a compliant manner. I fully expect the clerk and her friends on the council intend to place blame on my family again for requesting this information and for demanding the information requested. It's my right. I had a lot of questions as to why our village would allow a police chief to threaten our waitress, to put her in his trunk and take her for a ride, and then continue to threaten that he would shut our business down to 30 years, and this is the God's truth. I had questions why Oakley's police chief, Rob Resnick, was allowed to have over 150 formerly secret reserve officers that you guys knew all along were not police officers and subject to FOIA. Yet you continue to fight that FOIA, knowing these people, some who live out of state, are not reservists in our community. They just have a badge submitted by Chief Resnick. For years, the village leaders were able to keep this secret reserve team and their donations protected from public scrutiny. It cost the village dearly, and I'm not just talking financially. I'm sorry this makes people ask a lot of questions, and FOIA laws help get these questions answered. From my perspective, I find this failure to comply with the law partially due to ignorance of our FOIA coordinator. But mostly I believe the failure to comply is to continue to protect Oakley's little moneymaker, Chief Resnick, and his secret reserve team. That, and of course, very poor advice from a distracted and biased village attorney who seemingly makes decisions to protect his friend and former client, Chief Resnick, and his supporters instead of protecting the village at large. These poor legal decisions have cost the village too much. And again, I'm not just talking legal fees. I feel it's time for a new FOIA coordinator and a new village attorney before more unnecessary costs come in.
I have a comment. Yes, I have done my best to do all.
Not good enough.
I don't really care. You know, I
You
don't
didn't get
care.
interrupted by her comment.
Yeah. I've done my best, I've listened to our attorney, I've been guided by him. Yes, I'm ignorant from the FOIAs, I don't know anybody that knows them inside out like Mr. Ellison may. But I can guarantee you that I did everything according to what I was instructed to do by our attorney and what was law. And some of these laws are being objected to right now in the Court of Appeals. His opinion is one thing, our opinion of the information of freedom of information law is another. Read it.
I did
Read the
right.
law.
FOIA,
And
I know
then
FOIA.
look at the information that I sent. FOIA my information that you FOIA. FOIA the FOIA again, and you will see that I complied with everything. You received everything. That's all I have to say.
And that's why we have all these legal fees, I'm sure, so.
If no matter what.
And I don't care how many
FOIA
FOIA lawsuits come in, it's because
if it was God himself that did the FOIA, you wouldn't like it, Shannon. You guys would sue us
there would
anyways.
be no lawsuit. There would not be 15 lawsuits in the village. Let's comply with the law.
Then get rid of me. Get rid of me.
Don't sit down.
This is like watching South Park.
I get the message.
No, I'm sorry, but I'm doing the best I
The governor, we need a FOIA person to handle that.
Governor's probably on payroll too.
Instead of bringing Bitterman Craner lawsuit, Oakley failed again lawsuit.
Yeah, well, you know what? After all the years that we've supported you people, with the
Support
family,
my ass.
we did in your barn, we paid money for your food and your beers and everything else. We've supported you guys. This whole village has. You want to take it out on me, take it out on me. Leave the rest of the village alone. That's my opinion.